Okay, this video is going to walk you through the website MyOn.com, which is what we use as our digital library. So when you go to MyOn.com, you'll come to this page. We'll log in. You'll type in CRU, and then a drop down will come up and Cretcha will come up. You don't have to type all that in, and then you'll use your credentials to sign in. And then immediately you'll come to the dashboard, and this is just all of the teacher preferences, the reports, kind of where you manage everything. So we begin at the top with classes, and every year the system will update and they'll input all of your students, so you don't have to do that, and they haven't done that yet, so there's no classes in here for me to show you. But next will be groups, and this will be something you will want to do. I'm going to show you, even though there's not students in here, I can still show you how to do it. This is, you just create a new group. You will name your group, and then you can add a description. Like this could be like an intervention group or a gifted and talented group. I mean, you can group them by whatever standards that you feel work, and then add group. And then now that I have group 1, it'll show me how many students I have in there, how many books they've read, how much time they spent reading, and so forth. And then you can actually go in and get more detailed information just about that group, about book sets and the options that you want to allow for them. And then this is actually where you can go in and add more students, or create if you get a new student and you want to throw them in there real quick. And then all of these features print this page, so you can have a hard copy of all of this, which just comes in handy. So that's how you create your groups and manage them all through there. And then this is the reports, and this I'm just going to go over quickly because they give a great description of what each of these are, and there's tons that are so useful. I use the book quiz activity the most. It shows what quizzes the kids have taken and their average scores. And then also you can look how much time they're logged in and how many books they've started. And you can really see a lot of the times if a student has started a book and they keep starting and not finishing books. And then you can maybe talk about maybe that their level is not right, or their interests, they need to go change that, or something to see why that's happening. And then down here is the book sets. This is where you can, I created a book set quickly for measurement, and I'll show you how to do that. You go create a book set, and then whatever you want to name it, so we'll do animals. And then we add it, and then we go over to edit, and then right here it searches all of the books. So if I want one about, we can maybe be more specific and get pandas, and then here are the books about pandas. So I would like to add this book and this book, and then I just add them to my book set, and then go back, and then here under animals I have 2 books, and then edit is how you go in and add or remove books. Delete deletes the entire set, and then share is where you can share them with all the teachers in your school. So for example, down here, these are all of the book sets that are shared right now, and if I want to use them, I can just go get use. That way teachers have already picked books that they've used in their classrooms that are good and useful and the kids enjoy them. So that's a very good feature. And then library management is if you ban a book for that you don't want students to read, which I've never really had to do that. And then reading contest, just quickly, is you can just create a contest where who can read the most books, or how many books you can set up, what your standards for that will be. So that's all of the dashboard. Then we will go into the library, and then this is exactly what the kids will see too. They don't see the dashboard part, but they will see this part. And you can come in and the visual search, and you can do by fiction, nonfiction, or graphic novels, or you can do a text search and search for something specifically. But the visual search is just simple. We can just go, we want to go to science, technology, and then it gives you all the books that have to do with that. So then let's click on this one, and it brings up a little snapshot of this book, and it has the book, it has the story, what it's about, it gives reviews, this is what the average reader gave it, and then the information, and this will have the Lexile and the recommended grade level, as well as the page count and all of that. And then settings, just the default settings are what we have set, that they can use the sound and all of that, but you can specify it. I'm in group 1, I want those settings. And then you can add to my list, or we're going to go ahead and read now. And then we have our start our book, and then we have our features down here, but just start the book.
101 Ways to Save the Planet by Deborah Underwood.
And we can mute it, or we can have her read to us. And then you can turn the word or sentence highlighting on, and I'll show you. It is on now, but this has to be on.
Introduction. We live on a Introduction. We live on a pretty wonderful planet. Earth has adorable pandas, tropical islands, stunning mountains, and land.
So for that feature, they can have the words and the sentence highlighted as they read. Those are things that you can turn off, or they can't have, which I wouldn't recommend that, but there may be some students who that may bother them. Then you can make it full screen, and then down here shows you just where you are in the book. So that's kind of all that's there on this part of it, and then you just exit out to go back. And then here is the teacher's list, and this will be books that the teacher that you've recommended that your students read. And then recommended is what's recommended for that specific reader. They'll take at the beginning a kind of an assessment of what their likes and dislikes, what they're interested in, and then it'll recommend books that are on their level and is something that they're interested in. So they always have that option, but they don't just read from recommended. They have the option of looking through the whole library for books they might enjoy. And then you can set the preferences of they can't do that. They can just read books in this level. So that is, and then also down here, the last thing, we have top rated books, and then it'll show the books that you've read, the recently read books, most read books, and then new books. And these are just other little categories besides the ones up here, which I actually always look here first because those are ones that are popular right now with all the students that are logged in and reading books. So you can get some good recommendations from down there. So that is MyOn. And I hope this was helpful.